Have you ever heard the term owner financing or seller financing? Both can be used interchangeably, but owner financing is the situation where a person selling their house, typically they owe nothing on the house, and they decide to be the bank, if you will. They agree to terms with a buyer as to how much of a down payment they require, what the interest rate is going to be, how long the term is, whether or not there's a balloon payment or if it's financed over a fixed amount of time. Oftentimes it's amortized. In other words, the payments are calculated on a 30-year term with owner financing. But there will be a balloon payment after a certain amount of time. It might be 5 years, 7, 8, 10, 15. A point at which the buyer, the then owner of the house, will have to pay off their loan. And that's often done by refinancing, by them getting a more traditional bank loan. Or maybe they'll come to new terms with the owner who financed it in the first place and just keep on going. But it offers a great degree of flexibility. It's good for both buyers and sellers in certain circumstances. For sellers, if they don't owe anything on their house, they don't get all the cash at once, especially if it's an investment property. They won't have a big tax event. Another benefit to the seller is they are then earning interest like a traditional mortgage company would be earning. Benefits for the buyer, well, let's say they have a big down payment but haven't been on their job long enough, or their credit isn't the best, and they are willing to give this big down payment, and maybe banks just still won't finance it, but an owner might say, what's the worst that could happen? If they don't make their payments, I'll take the house back and collect another big down payment from someone. So it can be very beneficial to a buyer. It can create a way for them to buy a house that they wouldn't be able to buy otherwise. Now, obviously, if you're selling a house and you're doing owner financing, it'll help if you know who you're doing business with. You certainly want to trust that person. Yes, you could foreclose, but who wants to go through that? You want a smooth transaction. You want things to happen the way you planned. So ideally, it's someone you trust or you've got very good references for. You want to be careful entering into that you have an attorney preparing documents that will protect you. But it can be a tremendous win-win for a buyer and a seller. We don't see it all that often. You don't often find two people who have trust on that level in my normal everyday real estate practice. But on the investment scene, lots of houses are bought and sold with owner or seller financing. Definitely worth learning more about if it's something you're interested in.